Helpline. I am not a lawyer or a legal service. Our Contact Helpline is not a legal service, but we support access to legal services throughout South Central Pennsylvania and in particular York County. So Contact Helpline is a 24-hour listening, information, and referral hotline that uses primarily highly trained volunteers to provide our hotline services. Though I will say, as times have changed, we are looking at having more of a hybrid approach, having more paid and part-time staff answering our phones. We have been around since 1970. Contact Helpline started in Dauphin, Cumberland, and Perry counties, and we began working probably 12 years ago with FIRST here in York County. So many of you may remember FIRST. FIRST was absorbed under the PA 211 Health and Human Service Information and Referral System here in Pennsylvania. So the service hasn't gone away, we just changed the name and are making it easier for you to access it by having an easier to remember telephone number. Contact Helpline is an accredited organization, so we are transparent. We have somebody come in, check us out, make sure we're doing everything correctly. And we are 24 hours, 7 days a week. So when there's a blizzard, like earlier this year, we have somebody answering the phones. And during those times, we get a lot of calls from the elderly and people who are disabled, looking for support and assistance in dealing with day-to-day shoveling and snow removal. We serve 10 counties here in South Central Pennsylvania, with York County being our largest. PA 211, though, is a statewide service, meaning anywhere in Pennsylvania, except for about 3 or 4 counties up in the northwest, you can get access 24 hours a day just by dialing 211 and get information on health and human services. Not only is this a statewide initiative, this is actually a national initiative. So the concept of the 211 telephone number started more than 20 years ago out of Georgia, and only recently has been used in Pennsylvania, and we're working to grow every single year and support more people. So information referral, our goal, is to bridge that gap to not knowing where to find help, to where to find help. So many times people pick up the phone and they call us and they say, I need help with everything. So our highly trained staff know how to assess, determine what the real needs are, and help figure out what is the best referral. And many times it is for legal assistance. We get a lot of shut-off notice calls, a lot of eviction calls, we get a lot of custody calls, and our goal is to find the right agency, not for us to be that. I'm not very good at following slides. Anyway, let me touch on a couple quick things here. We also offer language line, which is also 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So when somebody calls in who has some English challenges, we are able to get an interpreter on the phone and assist them that way. And the one thing that, the one thing that we've added just in March is texting. And this is an amazing new service. You just text your zip code to 898-211, and we were able to respond. The great thing about this is many of the individuals we're working with have limited minutes on their phones. A lot of times they have phones that are given to them through the government. They have unlimited texting, but limited numbers of minutes. And depending on the phone that they have, calling 211 or texting 211 is completely free. So you're sitting back there and you're saying, well, why shouldn't I just Google all of the information that I'm looking for? Because that's what we think is how you find information in this day and age. And you may get lucky and you may Google something and find what you're looking for. But I challenge you to Google heating fuel assistance. Because you're not going to find the small churches, you're not going to find all of the programs that are out there that provide these specialized services here in our community. And you're not going to be able to know if somebody's eligible for those services. You're not going to have the caring and compassionate person listening to the caller as they talk about the challenges that they face and have to tell their story about what's going on in their lives. And we are able to tell them where to go, who to talk to, what the intake procedures are, and how to really find the help. Human services is very complicated, we all know that. And navigating it is very scary, especially if you've never used the services before. And when you call us, we know the services within our region, and we were able to help people access those services. But if you don't want to call us, and you don't want to text us, you can go online. And we have an online database where anybody can access information. And then you will say, Kelly, I've gone to your online database, and it's really not as user-friendly as we like. And we hear you, because we are now in the process of working to improve the online access to our database. We hope in the next, I keep saying 3 months, but we hope very soon that we will have a very online, guided search-friendly access for anybody who does have access to a computer. And that way you can sit with your client right there with you and teach them and work with them on how to access help. So we are a community service, and we really are only as good as the data that we have in our database. So we work tirelessly to update that data all of the time, and yes, we fall short. But we hope that you, as a community service provider, will take some time, go to our website, and look at your listing of your agency. There is a space that says comments, can't see it there, where you can click on that, and if you see anything wrong with your listing, click on that. Excuse me. You can click on that, and we will get a message, and we will reach out to you to update your data right away. So our goal is to have our information updated regularly. We send out emails, mailings every single year to every agency in York County. Some of you send them back, some of you don't. But this is an easy way for you to reach out to us so that we can get your information updated. So why dial 211? Now we all have the phone number memorized, so we're all good there. But really, you name it. And we have received phone calls on it. We get calls all of the time addressing basic human needs. That's our #1 call. So food, clothing, shelter, rent assistance, electricity assistance, and we know right now we're already starting to get calls for heating fuel assistance, even though the statewide heat program has not opened yet. We're getting those phone calls. When we think about additional things that people might call about, really, if it's in the human services range, we get calls about that. So counseling, substance abuse problems, assistance with medical care, finding government services, unemployment services, where can I find a job, where can I have help making a resume, where can I get transportation to my job, where can I get a suit so I can wear that for a job. We work a lot with the elderly, helping them find access to resources. Caregivers, family members who don't know what to do with their parents will call us, and we're able to refer them to programs that might be able to assist. Of course, we address children and youth issues, getting people connected to tutoring, mentoring programs, and then, of course, legal issues. We make a lot of referrals to legal issues. We get a lot of landlord-tenant questions. We get a lot of utility shut-off issues, domestic violence, PFAs, people just not knowing where to turn for any kind of help, and we are able to refer them to all of the wonderful legal services throughout York County. So we want to be that bridge, where we bridge the gaps to not knowing to where those services exist. We've also been instrumental in disaster services, and most recently, across the country, we used our texting platform. When I say we, I mean 211, United Way Worldwide. Use that 898-211 telephone number. If you text Irma to that, we were able to assist Florida residents with finding help. We were able to support the 211 providers there, that some of them had to evacuate or close their offices for a couple days. And you could text us. We told people where there was evacuation routes, where they could get water, where there were shelters. So 211 isn't just a local service. This is now a nationwide collaborative of human service information referral providers that are trying to meet the needs not only locally, but across our country. I would be remiss if I didn't mention our other program, which is our emotional listening support service. And that is also 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it is a place where somebody can call and talk about anything that they need to talk about. We get a lot of callers who are elderly, who are struggling with mental health issues. And many, many times, individuals who call out for that emotional listening support, we end up giving them a referral to some kind of community service. So they don't know that they need something until they've talked it through. So that part of what we're able to do is able to get more people connected to services. So contact helpline, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All you need to do is dial 211 for assistance. Thank you so much.